welcome back to the show. And you have, we welcome you, 17th Ave family.
Family live podcast sponsored by the
I don't
17th
know, I
Ave
can't get that.
family.
17th Ave
Sponsored by
Family
the
Podcast.
sponsored by the 17th Ave family investment and management group.
That's how I'm doing the week, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, I'm shooting a video actually.
Oh,
And
okay.
when I was in between scenes and setting up, and I looked at the clock and I was like, oh man, because I forgot to call you and tell you what I was doing today.
Right.
So
Okay.
then I just looked and I seen you sent the link and I said, you know what, let me go in the room right here and let me just knock it out.
All right, that's what it is.
You
That's
know what
what
I'm
it is.
saying? So
Yeah.
what's going on with you, brother?
Just working on that, still striving to work that safe haven out, still striving to get material together for that. The safe haven, in case people don't know, it's something that we're doing from our hometown. It's a community funded initiative where we are,
Program. All right.
where we are focusing on right now, we're focusing on the young males, you know, who are out, the ones who are maybe in between jobs, the ones who are on the streets struggling, trying to figure out what they want to do and they may want to get away from it. So it's, and we're looking to the community for help to help us out because we're looking for the community to be able to help us with work for the individuals. We're training them and we're looking to the community to for what do they want to do for violations,
Right.
state violations and city violations as well as bathroom and kitchen remodeling.
Right.
This is what we're offering to the community, and this is a way to give young brothers some skills so that they can be able to maneuver in a manner where they can feel uplifted. This
Right.
and it's for everybody in the city, the tri-state area. Is for all young people. What is the ages we going? 18 to 30 right now.
Yeah, 18 and up, man.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
yeah. So 18 and up. We're looking for the community support.
It's not only it's for even brothers if they coming home and they 45, 55, and they want to learn something different. They want to get into some service because they also have a genuine mentorship. They can let brothers know like, look, I just served 40, 50 years, y'all. So that's a type of a mentorship that could come through too. So it's definitely we want to work with people that's that don't have that opportunity when they coming home, people that's in the community like you said that's lost, looking for something, trying to find something to feed their families, to supply themselves instead of going to jail or getting out on the block doing something, something crazy. So yeah, it's a couple programs in Patterson that's doing something similar to that, and we may want to link up with them.
Oh, definitely. We definitely open to collaborate with all the programs who are out there trying to do something to change the conditions of our community and make our community safer and better. So we're definitely open to that. So that's what we've been working on. Um, we got to get working on the whole structure to make sure we even was talking to a sister that may even be helping out with meals. So we opening up the doors like it's a universal thing, but we got to start somewhere. It's something that we've been wanting to do for a while, and we actually, started off with some interested young brothers, which all it does is motivate us. You know what I mean? So
Right,
that's
and they're calling me. that they're calling me for the next job, you know, and I would like to employ all of them. But like one situation I'm in now, I'm waiting for the paperwork to come back from the city, you know.
Okay.
Then because that stages, this is a project that we'll be doing from ground up, and I'm just waiting for the city to okay the plans, and then we could go from there, and then I could schedule it with them. In between stuff like that, we want to do some services, and this is where we want to step in and service the community. But things seems slow right now because people are on vacation.
Right.
City officials is on vacation, politicians on vacation, you know, homeowners are on vacation, and some of them is making the transitions of doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we're in that transition. When it gets to July and all the way like to the end of August, it suddenly like it slows down with service. In the winter, it goes to 100. From September on, it goes to 100, bro, to the roof. You
Okay.
know.
So we'll be
So
getting
hopefully we'll get more participating if once we keep advertising and keep showing the craftsmanship and promoting like we doing and coming on talking about it and reaching out. People will know by then when they start doing their projects to start reaching out for them. So we got to be ready with the number, and ready to get up and do it, man. Because they definitely calling me, so they definitely want to work, and they're definitely on top of it. And
okay.
that's a plus, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a plus. So we looking, to collaborate with the politicians, the small businesses, franchises, churches. We're looking to work with all these individuals who got something in their facility that need to be repaired. Reach out to us. We got young men that's ready, able, and willing, to
Yeah.
help out in our community. So that's just what it is right now.
You,
So
you
we
know,
just want
it's a rough season right now. It's so many mixed expressions that's going around, so many directions being pulled where it's being influenced that people can make money. Some people don't really want to put in the work of grinding and working hard. They want it tomorrow, that instant gratification. And the reality is that you got to put in that hard work. It's patience. You got to know how to manage your money. And this is what we're trying to show through this program, how to make a living in America, in our society. Once we know how to come up and get the money, we could proceed how to invest, how to save. First, we got to know how to get the money, other than the negative way of just how we are conditioned or used to doing. We got to start a more positive approach to America is a place where needs servicing. Everywhere you go, you need your car fixed. You know what I'm saying? You need the sidewalk has to be fixed. The street has to be fixed. You need your tire fixed. You need electricity. You need water. You know, these are the things we showing our community and people that is interested in um delivering these services to the community. So we just need the community to work with us. If you got work, if you need garbage to get rid of, if you need your lawn done, things of that nature, things that older people can't do, you know, and they should know that these people will be supervised. You know what I'm saying? They will have supervision in completing the job and doing the job, as well as good character and respect and everything else. So that's what we're doing. So we need to put that out there. So about September now, and this dry spell go, everybody's on vacation, everybody's shopping, they doing a little thing. It usually pick up in September all the way after the new year, it be booming. They won't sit down.
yeah. So I mean, and
Inshallah.
yeah, inshallah, and it's important as you stated that to deter individuals from the lifestyle that can get you incarcerated, what they call trapping now. You know, we called it hustling back in the day, but there's many ways to hustle, but we're talking about legal hustling if you're going to hustle, something that won't get you put in jail, something that won't get your door kicked in, something that you can be proud of, and something your family can be proud of you when you come home with this money. You know, we know plenty of you, you know, maybe out there, maybe fathers, you know, maybe expecting children, and you in a position where now you know you need some money and you don't know what to do except what you normally do. What be it go and rob somebody, be it go out there and sell illegal merchandise, whatever it is, we give it an opportunity and an alternative to do something different that can give you your dignity back. You know what I mean?
You
So you
know,
don't have to be. So you don't have to feel. You know, even though some of you may feel good doing what you do, but it affects the community. I want to get off the topic a little bit because the 4th of July in Patterson, there was 3 shootings. You know what I mean?
right.
And prior to that, there was three more. And this, we no longer can continue to tolerate. You know, this is intolerable for us. Like we don't have any more patience with this because there's no apparent reason or logical reason for us to be shooting us, for our children to be killing each other. So that's something that we are looking to do as well. We're looking to do, you know, teach conflict resolution so that you guys can be able to resolve a conflict before it get out of control. That so there's a lot of different areas and different techniques that we want to be able to contribute to the community because we weren't always these individuals. We were out there like you guys, many of you doing illegal stuff ourselves. But we realized that once we became family men, we had to make a choice. Either we were going to be in and out of prison and our children was going to grow up fatherless, or we was going to make the necessary change and be there for our children so that they could see what it's like to have a father. And it's important for both boys and girls to have a father just as well as it's important to have a mother. Go ahead, brother.
You know, it's like we don't. A lot of people, a lot of us, don't realize we're being taught this type of behavior with the instant gratification of the solution of conflict is for me to get my gun and shoot you. You know, this is something that's being worldwide, worldwide uh,
Condition.
taught, and
Condition.
it's a condition. But see, then this is where the conflict gonna come in. Most of us is gonna go. Most of us is gonna say, "This is America. What America is doing." All right, and we're broadcasting these things. We're broadcasting. We're making a lifestyle and a living off of negativity, off of exposing negativity, killings, disrespect. We're making a living. We're taking it. We're making like this. What makes you successful? And this is what a lot of people, because they want instant gratification, because they see riches, they see money, they see people with this and that. Interesting site I ran over, and a man was talking about the tree, and he was saying how the tree grow in two different directions. In order for it to grow in one direction, right, which is going down, grows down and grows up at the same time, right? So, in order for those roots to push through the dirt, right? Push through the dirt and expand so it could go up, right? It's more work under the ground is happening than when the trees spout up, which you don't see what's happening under the ground. So what happens to us is we don't see a lot of work we put in that people put in to be successful. We don't see that work. We see the end result, and then somebody display the negative of that result of money, and they flash all this money in front of everybody, and they like, look, I got this and I got this. Even in a negative factor, takes a lot of work. Either way you do it, it takes a lot of work. Nothing is instant. But what's being planted in our mind is that if we do crooked stuff, we instantly going to be successful. We're going to go viral. Like people think if you go viral, you're rich, you paid, you made it. Like so these things that we're grabbing, we're doing it, and we're displaying them to each other. We're teaching it to each other. It may be a percentage of America put that out there, but it's us. If you look at our community and how we pass around knowledge, me and you could be on here all day and coming from the same root these brothers come from, telling them something positive. It ain't instant gratification for them. It ain't immediate. We ain't blinking. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't downrating nobody. You know? So it's not interesting because it's more work the way we go.
Well, you made a good point. You made a good point when you said have to start from the roots. You got to get rooted. You got to get grounded. And when you're getting grounded, you're doing work behind the scenes. You're doing work that people don't really get to see you do. That's the most important work when you grinding on the low where it's not being exposed to everybody for everybody to see it. And the end result is once you have put that work in, you grinded, you've made a commitment, you stuck to it, you put together a plan. Now you get to see the rewards. Now the tree is sprouting and it's starting to bear the
Right.
fruit. It's starting to bear the fruit of what you've been doing. And that
Right.
goes either way. As you said, it goes either way, whether you do it negatively or you do it positively. You do it
Right.
negatively, you're going to get your fruit, but your fruit is going to be rotten. You know
Right.
what I
They're gonna
mean?
be rotten, brother.
So,
There you
so,
go.
so the reality is, do you want ripe fruit or do you want rotten fruit? So you're putting your work in, but you're putting your work in on something that you want to last, not something that comes quickly and goes quickly. You want to put that work in, get rooted, let it sprout up so that you can pick your fruit. So now you got massive fruit that you can pick from because you've dedicated yourself and you've committed yourself to making a change in your life that will be able to spread or affect others. See, what we don't realize, a lot of young people, when we're young especially, we don't realize that when we make decisions, our decisions don't only affect us, our decisions affect those around us. Our decisions affect family members. For example, if a young brother go out here and murder somebody because he's angry, somebody stepped on his toes, somebody robbed him, whatever it is, now you go and murder this person. Now, not only is your family going to be seeing you in prison or maybe even seeing you in a casket, but the other family got to deal with the pain too. So now your action didn't only affect you and the individual, it affected family members that had nothing to do with what y'all were beefing over or whatever
Well,
y'all was going through.
you,
And
you
this is an important aspect to really about, because it's nothing that take some time, breathe, and think about what happens once I make this decision.
But
Life is
see,
based on
this is the
decisions.
thing. A lot of decision they're making is only based on influence. So they don't have the, like when we was growing up, we could measure the emotion between each other. So because we seen what was coming, our emotion with life was different. Our feeling with life, we knew what life was like. We knew what taking a life would do. We knew what family structure was. We felt that. So missing a family member and not being there, we knew how devastating that was. So we had that respect for it. That's been taken away from them. They've been robbed of that. They haven't been robbed of emotion that get them geared up to go do damage. They've been robbed of the emotion of love, of sharing, of knowing what that emotion is. They know what, like, oh, that's my homie, he my man, and like that. But family structure, the respect of family structure, knowing that that's not just your homie, that's your bloodline, that's your kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? He's not just on the other side. He's related to somebody in your circle. Somebody from your side of the family probably know his parents from their side of the family and it coincide. You know what I'm saying? Like our generation from Patterson, we know each other. Our kids don't know we know each other.
Right.
You understand? Because now they've been stripped. So that's been separated from them. So they only deal with the influence that's higher than us and our influence. They've been influenced like this is how we deal with stuff. This is how we do it. Through the all the influences that then been taught, movies, personalities, celebrities, streetwise, instant gratification, get the money. If you don't hit this nigga up, you ain't nothing. If you don't kill 5 people, you ain't doing nothing. Instead of if you don't make $5,000 in a year at least, I mean, and I'm exaggerating. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm just setting a ground like set goals in another direction. They can't feel
Absolutely.
that. They're not feeling what we felt. Well,
And
so when it comes to life and sharing, they're lost.
and I think something that contributes to that is the communication level. The way that they communicate now, the younger people communicate is through texting, you know, through internet. Like we had interaction with each other, as you said. So I could be face to face with you and we're communicating. I can feel and I can see your expression. If I'm texting you and or I'm beefing with you on the internet, you know, I'm just saying stuff about you on the internet. That's a whole different dynamic because now we don't feel the emotion. We get to draw the emotion in our mind. They get to draw what they think it is and then react, as you said, based on what they think it is or based on what they're used to doing. You know, and what they're used to doing don't necessarily mean that it's right. And as you said earlier, a lot of it is learned behavior. It's learned behavior by when they were growing up. Many of them weren't being held accountable for unhealthy actions. When you do a thing and this thing is harmful or unhealthy, there's accountability for that action. And I think too many young brothers, and this goes to the mothers and fathers who may be missing this, hold them accountable for those type of actions. If you want your child to get A's and B's and C's, if you come home with a D, you gotta hold them accountable. If you want them to clean up the kitchen, take the garbage out, and he don't do it, you got to hold them accountable. There's got to be some consequences for those type of actions that you're not pleased with. Because once you allow them to do that, they come into the world thinking that there's no consequences for their
But see,
actions.
a lot of contribution goes to the law that they put in place that restricts the parent from parenting. You know, it's like once they knew how to separate the man out of the home, so the male will grow up not respecting that male. Okay, it's only to a certain level and to a certain percentage that males is going to respect their mother in America, in our community, right? So it's like they don't know how to, like, the parent I'm talking about. How do I regulate when this person, but when my child is being influenced and they're telling him that he has these rights, and because he want to be a nuisance, he want to act up, he's throwing this in my face. If I do something, I'm out of pocket, but that's my child. If he does something under the age of 18 or 21, 25, whatever the age is, I'm held accountable, right? If I do something to prevent him from it and he complains, I'm accountable. So I don't have no win. So now it's like I don't only have to try to I have to try to discipline my child and be taken out of his life permanently, right? Or be submissive and watch him ruin his life. That's the
Well,
position they put us
well,
in our
well.
community.
See, this is the other route that you go now. You know, most parents know that their children like those video games. You know what I mean? Most parents know that their children like to have a tablet. They like to have their cell phones. These things are privileges. These are not necessities. These are all privileges that if you take these from the children, now that's the punishment. And you're not putting your hands on them. You don't got to put your hands on them. You don't got to touch them. You're taking something that they value because they're not valuing what you're asking them to do. So it's a way that we could get around how America operates. We've allowed America to have too much power. Now it's time for us to take our power back from America and start utilizing our own influence, as you said, more in a positive way rather than a devastating negative way. So that's why we came up with the 17th Ave family, because we want them to know, as you said, the guys on the street is not your opposition. The guys on the street is your brothers. I don't care what neighborhood you're from, y'all are family. Y'all share the same ethnicity. Y'all share the same hardships. Y'all share the same struggles. This is what connects you. So stop allowing what causes you a headache to disconnect you. This is only a distraction when you allow it to be a distraction. So it's only for us to utilize what has been used to separate us. Now let's make it start uniting us. Go ahead, brother. Because we got
Yeah,
about two
well,
minutes left.
it's definitely an approach and a challenge on parents and how we are and the kids' behavior is already. You're not just gonna flip it around. What happens is, and I don't know if you ever seen this, when the grandparent tried to take the game away from the dude, and he just slugged her out. You know, and this comes from the influences of things that they trend and things that we see online, and the behavior that they know they can get away with, or the dominance that they just want to show. They don't even care. They want to be like, yeah, I did it. I did it. She ain't telling me what to do. That's the reality of what we dealing with. So we got to be cautious of how we deal with these young people, and that's true. We gotta tread lightly, you know,
Well,
because we're trying to get them to influence. We're not trying to battle them.
no, it's not a battle.
We're
And
not
as you
trying to
said,
battle.
as you said, that it was a grandmother. It's there's uncles, there's big brothers, there's other individuals, males that's in the family that is necessary to make time for these young brothers. Make some time. Like we get caught up in our everyday lives, and sometimes we don't take the time out to be there for them, and they angry. A lot of them doing it out of pain. A lot of them in pain. So if you're in
I
pain,
agree with you, bro.
what do you normally do? If you're in pain, you call somebody else pain. But that's our time. That's our time. We thank you all for watching. Tune in next week for the next episode. We'll continue up on this conversation. But it's for us. It's time for us as a human family to unify, to collaborate, and create some harmony on this place we call Earth. That's what it's going to take. And we can do it
Preach, brother.
as long as we believe we can do it.
Tell him.
And do the work to make it happen. All right? So till
You on fire
next
tonight,
week.
bro.
All right, till next week.
All right, bro. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam.
All right, people, we love y'all. Y'all be safe and be cautious and tune in next week. We see.